many of you are like me? You had went and you bought a Watersnake because your kayak, your hobby needed a trolling motor or whatever, your kayak or John boat, whatever it may be. Bought the Watersnake, you ran it in salt water, some salt water got on top of the toggle switch, which, you know, these aren't really sealed very well. You're very loose, water gets in very easily. And all of a sudden you go to use it the next time and, well, one going forward, or either one going forward or either one going reverse, or both. And then you take it apart, see what's going on, and you got your toggle switch and it's fried. You got salt water over here rusted up. What you could do is you can open it up like I did once before, and, you know, take this all apart and try to scrape off the rust and, you know, the residue behind it. Or you can go to West Marine. Now obviously this is not the same size as that toggle switch there, but you can get yourself a rocker switch, which is a on off on toggle switch. And this is just the one that I picked up from West Marine, and, you know, I already tested it, so I know it works, and I'm going to show you step by step how to do that. First, I'm modifying this so it fits correctly in here. And what I did was I put the very top of this over here, and I marked it with a permanent marker, and I already know where it's going to end, which is down there. So I'm filing some more down here. This way it'll fit and it'll be flush. It might not be flush on this side though, but that's okay, because I'm gonna have to add some flex seal over here on the side. This way it makes it watertight. And then you hit the forward and you reverse, forward, reverse, middle is off. So I'm going to show you step by step how to do that. First, let me modify the actual top. Okay, so before I go any further, let me explain some things here with the wiring. Depending on your toggle switch, if you bought the same exact one as me, and it looks like this, and it says whatever it is, interpreter or whatever. Okay, so number 5 pin is your power. This is your signal wire. This is your ground for your forward and reverse. This is your power for forward and reverse. And this is your ground for forward and reverse. And this is your power for forward and reverse. Okay, so it goes ground, ground, power, power. Power, the main power, which is the thickest red wire there is, and your thickest blue wire, which goes here in the middle. That's your signal wire to tell the trolling motor what speed to run at. Do you want it at 1 or do you want it at 2? What I ended up doing was shaving a 1/16, almost an 1/8 off of this, and another, a little bit more than an 1/8 over here, about 1/4 of an inch. It was like this. Yeah, around there. So, and what I did there was I melted it down. I took a piece of a knife. You know, you could take whatever knife you have at home that you don't like or you just don't use, heat it up. And that's the quickest way to cut plastic. You just cut downwards at an angle. Then what I took was a little micro filer here, and I filed it down, which was, what was I doing over there? And I filed it down this way it fits right. You gotta give me a second, because I'm a little anal when it comes to this. I got some OCD issues. Okay. So it's going to sit in here like this. You don't want the corner that goes up this way. And it's going to pop in here, just like that. And push it as hard as you can in there to get it to hold. Just like that. Actually, I want to shave down some more over here, because this part is not blocking. I mean, you could leave it like that, that's up to you. For me, I'm just going to file down some more. But as you can see, it's pretty flush. Okay? And then you'll have your forward and your reverse. Let me finish filing this down, and then I'll wire it up with you guys, and we'll run it, and you'll see what I mean exactly. Okay, so here I have the Watersnake, and this is what I'm talking about. Now that I modified it and put it in there, right? I'm going to put some sealant over here, some silicone or Flex Seal if you want to. The hardest part is going to be putting this back on with these wires like this. But you're going to have the blue wire here. I'm going to put this down for a minute. You're going to want to put some non-contact grease on your electrical non-contact grease. This way, just to make sure the same situation doesn't happen all over again. And you could be liberal with this. I'm very liberal with it. It'll save your day on the water if you're stuck in a kayak and don't feel like paddling your way all the way back shore. Because I've happened to have that situation happen to me at least twice already with the powering and the fuses blowing and whatnot. Now this blue wire, it's going to be a little harder doing it like this. So let me take it out for a second. Okay. So this blue wire goes in here like this. Of course my hands are slippery now. Just like that. That'll sit like that. Okay. Now you're going to get your trolling motor. This red wire right here goes to this middle pin right here. That's your main power wire. Now this is going to come in and out for a little bit until I put some sealant in there. Okay, now we have our power and our negative. And if you realize they have it this way, I had already redone the whole power and negative myself. So anyway, they have it exactly like this. So you're gonna have, oops, sorry. You're gonna have your negative here, just like that. Negative on the bottom where the blue wire goes, under the blue wire. Of course, I'm gonna wrestle with it right now. Be stubborn. There you go. Now your power. Pick your shortest power for your top, your longest power for the bottom. Let's go all the way under your main power wire. Of course, I gotta fish my way in there. Okay. Now that's in like this. Alright, now we can test it. I have already hooked up my jumper wires because I have a different type of setup of connecting it to my kayak than you do. I actually got me one of those male to females. This is as watertight as I can possibly find. So I just cut the wires, put the negative to the white, positive to the red, kind of obvious for me, and then I just, you know, I make sure it's not in gear before my table starts going everywhere. This is my battery for my kayak. I still got 12.6 volts in there right now, which is more than enough. 75 amp hour battery. So just make sure one more time. Let me hold it in my hand here. Okay. Now, since it's not holding very well right now, I'm just going to hold it in my fingers. And so I'm an idiot. I forgot to actually connect my negative and my signal wire to it. So this is, I believe, let's see, this should be forward, I believe. Let me feel. No, it's reverse. Correct. That's the correct way, because when it sits like this, this is reverse. So that's reverse, and this is forward. So forward, reverse. Okay, now you want to really, let me try to get all these wires in here and just put the screws in there. First I want to put some Flex Seal in there though. So that's what your end result's going to look like. Mine's a little cockeyed. Maybe it's my OCD, I don't care at this point, as long as it works, which it does. So I'm happy with that. It's tired of getting stuck. You know, I had boats coming at me, I couldn't move. So this is what I ended up doing. Works great.